Hello and welcome everyone to another. Hello and welcome everyone to another Let's Play with the Developers. My name is Raycoms and we are live here on our Minecolonies Patreon server, live on HellColonies. Sorry for the delay. We had family visiting quickly, and yeah, that was a little unexpected. Sorry. Are we better now? Are we better? Sorry. I'm a little bit. And my girlfriend just had classes until a little bit ago. It was everything a little bit messy. However, we will be arranging the times well in the next weeks, and then we will know more accurately. And hopefully people are not going to come exactly at the time I'm going to stream. That would be great. So I start by burning. That's probably not the best thing to do. It's good now? Okay, great. I can tune up the values here. Hi Sam as well, can you hear me? Okay, I can't hear Sam again. I have to adjust the output again. Say something? Okay, you're a bit low, but I can hear you. Oh. So. Okay. Something. Oh. No Sam and Dead Ray as well. Almost. I'm dying currently. I'm dying. Say something. Let me. Okay. Say something again. Okay, now, meh. This seems to be. Okay, no. Say something. Everyone is saying something in the chat. And Sam is digging me in. Lord in heaven. So you dug me down even. And I almost fell down there as well. Hi, it's Biohazard. That's amazing. It sounds good. So thanks a lot, Ezra already follows. Thanks a lot for the subscription, Chef. Hi Ross. Weird echo now. Holy moly. Okay, I'm going to do
Yes, what are you even doing there? I can hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, hear me? Can you hear me? I think you can hear me now. I think now
it's Twitch chat, so it might be just trolling you now.
So okay, I think now the audio stuff is working. OBS had just reset all of these settings somehow. I have to pay attention to that the next time. Now everyone and music, awesome. Okay, that's great news. I gave everyone a hi. I can give again a Set Horizon and Greg, Raven, John, hi Margot, and Anonymous as well. I think I got now everyone. If not, I said your name while my mic was up. I'm sure of it. Okay. And the chaos. We're Talita. I said your name while the mic was up. Hi Talita, how you're doing? Okay, what do you need? Torch, iron ore from the overworld. I guess I have to go to the overworld a little bit. Yeah, believe me.
You need gold ore from overworld as well.
Yeah, gold ore and iron ore. I think going to the ship. Let's do a little bit over. I gotta first dump some of that stuff. My inventory is crowded with all kinds of stuff. I think I can put a bunch of these things back in a backpack. Here you go. Then mob drops here. Okay, I think I'm going to repair this as well before going to the overworld. I would never lie. Actually, I really, very, very rarely don't tell the truth. I'm usually just silent. But I would never say that. Maybe I lie sarcastically, something like I would never say that, but that I think that doesn't count as a lie, does it? Okay, overworld we go. Then we go down in the mines over here a little bit and try to get some iron and gold ore. So down we go. You just set it difficult to hard just to see me die underground, didn't you? You man.
Oh, you noticed?
It says there in the guess 17, 16. Lower.
I was thinking normal mode is so easy with caves and such, and you got a bow even, so maybe I should set it to hard. Right up for you.
Okay, there we go. So I didn't progress a lot. I did some alterations again to the recovery. I think the step-by-step recovery we did is not a great idea for the recovering in the other direction. And that is because...
Yeah, I thought about it as well, and that we likely should do backtracing for not the previous step, but the previous one before the previous one, so 2 back.
And the problem I ran into, and I think that's also, is that we can say, okay, we have to do backtracing when we are farther away than a certain amount of blocks, like 2. Because I noticed that if we make it 1.5,
that's too close.
It is too low. It is too low.
And
the problem is the next accepted position should be if it's closer than 1 or 1.5 or something like that. So if we are backtracing from the beginning, we run into a problem because we need then to save when we started backtracing, and then we can just backtrace 3 positions, which is cheap anyway.
Or we just don't do it at all.
Yeah, I think it's definitely worth it. I think it makes the pathfinding much more resilient.
Wait a bit. At the moment, our citizens just get stuck after some seconds, I think 30 or so, and make a new path.
Yeah, it's actually quite rarely I've noticed that on a ladder like that, it doesn't detect stuck often because it's jumping up and down or it's moving left and right to go up the ladder. So the stack
Yeah, but
detection.
it
not
detects
working.
stack based on if you are progressing on your current path.
Because I was watching my career being stuck there for 30 seconds easily.
Yeah, maybe they like made a new path and got stuck again or so.
Ever add the comment to get the barb log? No, we haven't added that one yet. The idea we've talked about unless I've been fighting with Docker today most of the time. Everything is underwater. I'm kinda very bothered by all of this. So I was today working with Docker, as I said, which was a huge pain, by the way, because I was trying to use the default OS Docker uses for the containers, but that one uses a different C++ compiler something, and that's why the library I was trying to use wouldn't work, which was a huge pain to figure out. I was like, why isn't it working? Until I figured that out, that took me quite some time.
Yeah, it's always funny debugging these kind of issues.
So I will die here underwater. I have a feeling. I have a bad feeling about this. Quick!
Then you should make like a poll. Oh no, what was it called? Prediction.
Okay. I made one. I survived.
Ah.
But now I'm 30. I do not like those huge underwater cave systems.
Yeah, me neither.
It's like here
yes.
for ages underwater. It's like okay having a few underwater sections. I think that is neat. But having
especially like under oceans or so, that's completely fine.
Like, look at this. This is like 10 chunks into each direction.
Yeah,
underwater.
they get very,
that's
very
a little bit
big.
of an overkill. I guess you can configure that, imagine.
Maybe. I guess it's from BYG, right?
Yes, and now it's the Better Caves mod, isn't it? I think Big does only overworld, they don't alter caves. And I'm here for ages, didn't find one iron ore. Digging.
Maybe you are a bit too deep there.
Yeah, in 1.17 we won't need cave mods anymore. Although I think 1.17 what would be very interesting are cave structure mods, I think. Especially since they're big caves, I think making underground fortresses and these kinds of things much more interesting. Like building fortresses that specifically are designed to fit into underground caves, etc. would be amazing from my point of view. So okay, now we have even underwater mine shafts here. Oh, I found a chest with a music disc. I get it. Prismarine shards, I take them. Oh, some bread. Saddle. I think we have a lot of saddles, don't we? Another music disc. More shards. And Ray drowning. Okay. There were a lot of chests here. Should I get the treasure map? Not sure. Ah! This is bad. Darn it. Those blocks, they can be quite deadly if they suck you down. Die, drowned. Die.
Yeah.
No one likes drowned people. So... Okay. Oh, there are a lot of them here. Okay, I think I got all of them. Ah! No, I didn't. Oh, we have Minecraft music on top. Okay, done. There's a spawner. There's a spawner like inside. Ah, there's a spawner inside this block. That explains the amount of that round. Yeah, I found that first one. And I'm sure there's the second one in the next... Oh, I didn't destroy it yet. And I'm sure there's a second one in this here, too. Okay. So, done. We got those. But it's still everything underwater, but we can see the black area here. So we just have to work ourselves away towards that area. Okay, I will swim here. No, I think I will swim back for a second. We'll get some air. And then I will swim a little bit. And then build again a hole in the wall. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I will already go underground as well. No, no, no. Okay, then... Okay, we made it. Deep breath. Deep breath. I sometimes have this thing of like, when I watch a movie, and they're like having a prolonged underwater thingy, I'm like, okay, let me see if I would survive this. Let me see.
Those underwater scenes are always so long.
And they're so long. I don't remember surviving any of them.
It's like never real time. Never.
Come on, are you superhumans? There were a few movies that were like trying to take it realistic, and then at least they put things like that those people were experienced divers or something like that. Yeah, Finding Nemo, that one was difficult indeed. I don't remember a lot of it. I guess it was because my brain was severely undesaturated in oxygen. Fortune here. Got some diamonds. No gold yet, but diamonds we got. And more iron. Nice. We do need a lot of iron. We're completely out of it, I think. Or almost out of it. So, there we go again. That lava stream, I think that is kinda good news, because that means we're kinda at the end of this underwater madness. Here. Mesa biome is like super easy for gold, but we should be finding some gold here relatively soon. I found more diamonds. I think I should go searching for gold more often. Never found so much diamonds as when I was searching for gold. So it's always one of these, like I'm the personification of Murphy. I very often notice. I always find that one I'm not looking for. So we got already 38 levels again. Remember that before we finished off the streams, we were really close to getting a good enchantment for us. I have to double check there again. And at 38 levels, it allows me, I think, 2 or 3 enchantments actually. Oh, that water stuff continues here. We're still underwater, or still in the underwater vicinity.
Yeah, that's never ending.
What does that ever end? Tune in the next episode to know. Okay. Do we need lapis? I don't think so, right?
No.
So, okay, here we got some. So, and now we got a prolonged diving session again. Okay, go here, ouch. Go here. Go here. Down again. I'm really trying to reach the end of this darn underwater biome. Okay, again, it's time. Okay, we made it again. I think I'm going to just take some breath and then continue down here. This is like, wow. Maybe we configured it to have big biomes or something like that, the world. I'm not entirely sure, but this is just inhumane. This is less humane than humane slaughter, I tell you. So, okay. Finally added up and down arrow for changing the shape. Yeah, I think I still believe that FTP Ultimine is like the overkill mod of 2020. In my honest opinion, I think like the only thing that would be more OP would be an infinite energy generator you can craft in survival with a dragon egg. I think that would be the only thing that would be even more OP than FTP Ultimine. Like, yes, it's super useful, but
another very OP mod which we never added, which is Apotheosis also, which like removes any Minecraft limits, like enchanting limits and such.
What is the name of it?
Apotheosis also? Apotheosis?
So
that one is like super OP and it's like it's intent.
So I starved myself with FTV Ultimine only when removing leaves of trees. And to be honest, there's some things I think it's totally fine. Like, I think a vein miner that mines vein, like let's say mines trees, okay, right? Okay. A vein miner that mines ore veins, okay. A vein miner to mine leaves, okay. But just like everything, mining everything in the shape you want is just too much. Because it just destroys the usage of any other tool mod. You just don't need any other tool, no special tools basically.
Can just choose pick or so.
Because why getting a better pick? The only thing you want is enchantments. That maybe, but besides that, why get a better tool?
But even that, like, tool speed doesn't really matter when you harvest 100 rocks at a time.
Yeah, so especially the shape thing. I was already not a huge fan of these mods when you could do the things shapeless, so like it would just mine in the nearest blocks, which would always result in quite the ugly outcome. So that was already unbalanced, but it was like okay. But that now you can even mine as a hammer without a hammer, I think is now the absolute overkill. Like, why getting tinkers, for example, if you have that mod? So I was seeing tinkers was having quite the progress. going to marry? Aren't you going to marry? As I'm a relatively long time in a relationship, but I also don't see why there's any hurry on this. Like, it's going to be for the rest of your lives, and it's not like you have to stress it. Yeah, when are you going to have children? Yeah. People are not asking when we're going to have children yet. I guess the moment you get married, people run out of the when you're going to get married question. Yeah. And it's going to mix, it's going to change to when are you going to have children question then. So, it's quite funny that in more conservative countries, in groups of people, usually they're not even like, when are you going to get married? It's like, you're married already. It's like, no, we're dating. No. You're married already. You're so long together, you're living together, you're married. Oh yeah, when I guess when your siblings get married or get children, I guess the pressure ramps up as well. Luckily my sister is neither married nor has children. So then the pressure is low on that front. So I guess it's also worse because you're a woman. I think the society is much more cruel to women. Like, single men don't have to listen to you when you're going to get married bit. They only have to listen to it when they're dating for a while. Well, women are going to have to endure that kind of question even though they're single. So that is, yay society. I'm in a mining madness mode. Just seeing if I can find some other stuff before I get back. Maybe some diamonds or so. When are you going to settle down exactly? That's a great question. When I'm going to settle down, kind of living in one country, in the next one, back and forth, and I have no clue where I will end up. That's something people are always asking us, is like where we will live, and I think the question is always where we will get decent prospects, right? Like after finishing my PhD, I will apply to a bunch of universities all over the world, and I guess I'm going to see where I will be accepted, right? Of course, I'm not going to apply to certain countries. I'm going to certain countries or not, but there's like a list of countries I'm going to try. So yeah, China I ruled out, for example. Actually, the main contenders are Germany and Australia. Those are the main contenders. Japan, rather not as well. They're very conservative. I would like to live in a progressive country. So those are our two main contenders. I want to see where we'll end up in the end. Yeah, Australia. Although, obviously, also it would be somewhere in a city, because in the outback, it's also far from progressive, I guess. We did rule out the US as well. Yeah, I'm not picking up the lapis on purpose. I did rule out the US because of working rights and social security things, like public health care and these kinds of things. Those are things, free education, those are things that are relatively important for us. We are thinking kind of about Canada. The problem of Canada is that it's just so darn cold. God, Germany already is cold, but Canada is just so cold. You just get like most of the year is winter, isn't it? Death Colony Overworld, there we are. South Africa, too dangerous. Too dangerous. Like, I want to avoid countries that are in the top 10 list of homicides. Okay. We got this here. Now we got diamonds and ores. This and this. Got the geodes. Okay, I got 60 iron ore. That's at least something.
Oh, that's nice.
I had thought a bit about France. To be honest, we thought a little bit about France. The problem is, for once, learning another language. Like, I already know a little bit of French, but I would have to learn it really well. It's kind of, yeah. But in general, France is very progressive. So I was in those terms. Usually, when on the internet, the people I agree the most with are people quite often from France and Germany, politically, that is. So I had thought about it as well. But I'm going to be honest, I'm a little bit traumatized of French as well. The language, that is. I had French in school and got a little bit traumatized there. A little bit. It was one of my worst subjects. But we also had one of these teachers that are like insisting on you only communicating in the foreign language in the class, which ends up resulting in that only the good students ask questions, because the bad students just don't want to rephrase their question in French. And in the end, it was like, en français, s'il vous plaît, en français, s'il vous plaît. And I was like, okay, forget it. Forget it. It wasn't so important anyway. Yeah, no, in that term I wouldn't have a big problem. Like nowadays, especially in a lot of areas, you can just give classes in English. But the problem is more like if I lived in a country, I would also like integrate myself in the local society and be able to speak with everyone in the street and in this supermarkets and all the day-to-day life. I'm not going to be one of those parents where the children in school have to translate what the teacher is telling us. That's horrible. So... Oh, I actually had thought about the northern Italian region. You can get around in German there. We had thought once about Tyrol there. They still have German as an official language there. It's like Italian and German an official language, so get around fairly easily. The builder. Is it this one here or is it the other one? It's you, okay. Then a furnace, warp root, and blackstone stairs, and cobblestone 3. Okay, I can get you that. So, block of coal. Then a furnace, and blackstone, and warp roots. Do you have anything of that on me? I have this for a furnace. I do not have the blackstone. I have a little bit too. Oh. Yeah, those regions. And I went already there once. You don't believe it. that was one of the worst moments that demotivated me the most in my entire French learning experience. We were there in Strasbourg, in France. I went there to McDonald's and I was like, okay, I'm going to ask for the hamburger in French, right? And then I was like, hamburger s'il vous plaît, something like this. And the person behind the counter then asked me, the guy behind the counter then asked me, like in German, 3 Hamburger. I was like, come on, I mean, killing myself to try to ask this in French, and you just cut me there in the middle. I was like, come on, cut me some slack. So yeah, it was funny at least, but I was like, come on. So it's yeah. Yeah, definitely. But it would be less stressful, let's say, to learn German in those areas. So I even thought about like Brussels, which is basically an international city anyway, so you get around with English as well. So, and you need a pickaxe, okay. Beep, 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 beep. Here. Yeah, it's because always for the local people in Germany, learning English is so much easier than learning French because the languages are closely related, so that people are like much easier to respond. In Italy it's the opposite. People are it's so much easier to learn French than learning English. They probably can get around easily. But it always reminds me, we were there in Italy, and I was just like, we were trying to get a pizza with onions on it. We were wanting to ask to get onions on the pizza. And it was like onion, the word didn't enter our mind. We're just like, what is the name for the onion in English again? So we tried it in Portuguese, right? Which is cebola, right? We were like, cebola? And the guy's like, no. None of the word entered in my mind. Yes, onion. He was like, chibola. Go, this is not so close. You could have understood if you had tried. Cebola, chibola. Yeah, that is close enough. You just have some creativity.
Yeah, close enough.
So, we got everything here done. I got the lumberjack upgrade also scheduled. The builder is still mining out here, isn't he? Yes. So, yeah, this is like when I speak with a Spanish person. Like, I'm not going to understand every word they say, but because Spanish is close enough to Portuguese, I'm able to get like the general gist of it, and we're going to be able to have somewhat of a conversation because they're also going to get a general gist of that. A relatively funny story in that regard. At the university here, you have to have a third language to do a PhD. Like, English is not enough, you have to have a third language for the PhD. And the way they measure it is that you have to do a little exam for that. And everyone here, they take the Spanish exam as the third language, and no one even has to study for it. Everyone just nails the Spanish exam because it's so close. I tell you, that was not so easy. I had to work around a little bit and argue with them, telling them, no, I'm not going to pay $50 to do the German exam because I'm German.
What?
I don't have to do an exam to prove they speak German.
Yes, you have to. They know the other Germans known as Bayer.
But they speak another language as well, which is Bavarian, so I guess that's a third
Yeah,
language.
see, that's why they are testing Germans, because they had people claiming they speak German and they only spoke Bavarian.
On top of that, I'm South German. We got a similar thing for that.
Yeah, I know, it's terrible.
Which is as easy to understand as the Bavarian one, but not as famous.
Yeah, true. It's not just as bad.
I think it is because Bavarians insist on speaking Bavarians with people that are not Bavarians. They're like they don't give a damn. While our region, they're just like, everyone is too dumb to understand our dialect anyway, so we'll try in Hochdeutsch. Not saying they're any better, but they're better to understand because of that. Stream in German. That would be funny, because it would probably be less fluent than streaming in English, because I'm just not very used to speaking in German all the time. When I go to Germany, I take a few days and then I get used to it and I'm fine, but there's an East German dialect as well, yes. It was voted, I think, the least attractive dialect in Germany. But there is an East German dialect as well.
Yeah.
Relatively funny. They have a different word for two, which is zwei.
It's zwei.
And the funny thing is, to say yes in German, they say no.
What?
Yeah, they say no. No, no. That means yes in East Germany.
No.
And that is like, that's just a funny anecdote I always like to tell. I was in a hotel in Tunisia, and there were two East Germans there, totally ignorant about their no. When the hotel staff asked them if everything is alright, they always say no. And the hotel staff was like, what? What's the matter? What's the problem?
Nothing.
And they're like, no, what's the problem? It's everything alright? No, no. And they're like, what? Why? And I was just completely oblivious about this. It's like, come on, you had English at school, didn't you? You should know that.
Well, you know, German education. But yeah.
Yeah, I think, isn't Brandenburg the lowest in the list of the education systems as well?
Not sure how they compare. I know Bayern is pretty far up, but others.
As far as I know, the Bayern, Saxony, and Baden-Württemberg are the three leaders.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
So that was like super funny back then. I remember that, and I was like, "Come on, don't be so."
Right? No.
No.
Really? They say no for yes. It's no language ever does that.
Yeah, it's like no is like.
It's like universal. In all
it's like
languages,
almost universal.
no
Right? All the Latin
like,
languages have the no, right?
Yeah. And
like they have
them
different words for yes.
no.
Like seeing yes is different, but all of them are like no, right? The Italians are no, the French are no, The Portuguese say no, the Spanish are no, the English are no, everyone is no.
Yeah.
But they're like, no, that means yes. And everyone is supposed to understand that. Which I get really funny, and then like in terms of the Germans understanding each other. So there was another group we met then, were some people from the Allgäu in Germany, which is like a very interior region in the south of Germany. And they spoke with such a broad accent, such a broad dialect, that me and my sister had to translate. For the people from East Germany. Yeah, the head waggle one. That one, I also have a funny anecdote, because we were in Portugal, and the owner of the hostel was Indian, and I asked him if I can have the map, and he just wiggled the head to the sides. And I thought he was like, I don't know. And I was like, no, can I have it? And he was like with the head again. I was like, no, but can I have this map? And then he showed the thumbs up. And then only like 2 days later, it was like, wait, didn't they have this thing the other way around? Slightly different. It's like, oh, he was actually saying yes all along. It didn't have that he was on the phone. And I was not sure if he understood me. I was like, I think he's on the phone, he didn't hear, so I'm going to ask again. I think he's trying to indicate that he didn't understand what I tried to say. No, that wasn't it. Yeah, those are quite those like slightly funny inconsistencies between the different cultures. Then there's also those hand sign things, that certain hand signs are like totally fine, but they mean very bad words in certain languages. Like I think the diver sign for everything okay in French is like a heavy insult. As far as I remember. Margot is here, so she can probably correct me if I'm wrong. Which is really funny. A lot of things are like very universal in the world. You make like a little O with your thumb and your index finger. There's certain areas where giving thumbs up is an insult as well. Not an insult here, so it was somewhere else. A victory sign? We don't have a victory sign.
People have victory signs?
Yeah. The victory sign is, for us, it's just raising the hands up. Which is, by the way, relatively interesting. A universal victory sign that even blind people do without ever having seen that. I read about that.
Yeah, it might be a natural reaction to that.
It's becoming a symbol of white supremacy in the US as well. And I've never did that one, so... Lucky me, I guess.
Just US things.
Just US things.
There's a normal world and there's US. It's separate.
I guess it's always good to have an easy way to spot white supremacists. So yeah, let's give them that.
Yeah, maybe they can also like
we already destroyed Proud Boys for them, so... right? So I'm going to put a bit of the iron ore here. And I'm going to look up again. Because I'm directly going to construct up to level 3 the smeltery. I guess he's needing another pickaxe now. It's very funny, those little differences. So it's like in Brazil, it's super rude cleaning your nose in front of other people with a tissue, right? It's like super rude here. Here it's just normal, but it's no problem at all to like pull it up, like that's fine. It's relatively funny. My girlfriend said like that's like so different. She took a while to get used to that. And Japan also. Yeah, I think in Japan as well. So okay, here we go. Yeah, here's also not okay to blow a tissue. How is it in France? France normal as well. So the other builder now. I want to go to the builder back there. Let's see. There we go. Okay, he's still mining out the floor, but he should be basically ready now. Ah, yes. In Germany as well. If you're sniffling around, you're like, come on, blow your nose, get rid of it. To be honest, I'm really interested how, in medical terms, if it's better to just blow it out or just snot it down and be done with it. Okay. You're doing something else. Okay, he's filling in now. Nice. No, it would be interesting to know if it's which one is the healthier option. So if he's filling in the spaces he mined out, parts of them. And he's parts of it filling it with netherrack. I think under here he's placing netherrack. There, you can see. He's placing netherrack here. So let me wrong way. Let me go down there and yeah, like from a general like. It seems it would be best to eject it, but that is... And I always try to be careful with medical stuff, because sometimes things seem obvious but are not. So that's going to then connect to the top. I guess that's fine. Yes, that's fine. Start filling in probably some of those walls here soon as well. Not right now, but in the future. Still filling in here. Might need more netherrack. We run there. So no, it's fine. People are having the oldness competition again. on the server. Who is older? Set Horizon is the winner again, I think. He's filling up down there. Let's see how he's doing. Because I want to immediately trigger the next one. Maybe not. So you call it the meteor on the warp style. So what do you call the meteor? Ah, yes, now I got it. What's it meant? Yeah. First of all, a huge respect to Set Horizon still be gaming in that age and not being like the other people of his age, just slowly losing consciousness while watching soap operas on the television, not doing any meaningful mental work anymore. Computer games are, I think, like a great way to compensate for that.
Yeah, they are much more engaging because you are like taking part yourself.
Yeah, it's much more engaging. I said already, like nowadays it's not yet, because most of the people of his age don't even know how to turn on the computer. But when our generation reaches this age, the retirement homes are going to have big flat screen TVs and a PlayStation 22 in the dining hall. Probably PlayStation is not a good console because it's more single player based, but definitely a Nintendo something.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like so much more fun. Just being there, doing nothing. Yeah, that sounds nice. Like you're having like Mario Kart competitions there in the retirement homes, and who wins has to pay the round of Viagra for everyone. No, it's like, I think there's like, when we reach that age, it's going to be much healthier, and I think our generation is going to have much less problems with things like dementia and Alzheimer, because we're actually going to have something to do, and that is gaming, doing like stuff on the computer in general, stuff that is mentally engaging. I hope Facebook is not going to exist until then anymore, because that will still lead to dementia. It's already leading to dementia in people around the age of 40 nowadays, if you ask me.
Yeah.
What age? Everything above 65, I would say.
It's not exactly clear whether they even truly
To be honest, my father is almost 65. I think he's going to make 65 this year, and he's relatively good on the computer as well, so he's like buying tons of stuff online, and he knows his way around most things. Just the problem he has is like everything that is not using the browser, that is a problem, right? He's great on Google Maps and on websites and stuff like that, emails, etc. It just takes like 20 minutes to send one message in WhatsApp. And I'm not used to chatting with people that age that I'm like, oh, they're sending a huge text now, and then it's like 2 sentences.
Yeah.
That is always the funny part, I think. It's like, now it's big. My mother as well. My mother is much worse though. My mother is like, WhatsApp, she knows her way around. Anything else is already very difficult. My father is more like installing and like updating something on the computer is already too much for him. But in general, he's relatively fit on the computer. Fit enough to find a ton of conspiracy theories online, that is for sure. Right, mister, the climate change always. just a little bit quicker now.
A little bit, yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah, our generation is already going to be much more in depth with that, and the next generation even better. Like in our generation, my sister, my girlfriend, and some people that do not study computer science in general already not very fit on the computer either. They're like, for a Windows update, they take it to the repair shop almost.
Yeah.
But Gen X that are coming after us, it's like independent of the gender, independent of the direction. They're very fit on that.
Yeah, they got no issue sending emails at least.
Yeah, they already have probably issues sending emails because that's just like, what's an email? Such an old thing. I sent a TikTok, didn't you watch it?
Like, no, I'm not on yet new platforms.
Oh, I hate that. I hate when people send me voice messages on the Instamessage.
Yeah.
On the Instamessage. I absolutely hate that. If you want to talk to me,
it takes much
call me.
longer to listen to these than reading some text.
Yes, exactly. If you want to talk to me, talk something longer, just call me.
Yeah.
Just
it's
call
like
me.
either call or
But
put it together in a text. Because texts are more like condensed information and you don't like talk around the same stuff again and again. So it's much quicker to read and understand.
yeah, and I can't do other things. Like I have to stop doing what I'm doing to listen to it. While reading, I can do like quickly, like okay. So Sam closed the way to the miner and put some chickens around it. Or was it Raven?
That was Raven, I guess.
Either way, it also resulted in the courier not reaching the miner.
And you were wondering why it doesn't work.
Yes. To be honest, there's one thing I like about TikTok. And that is, as far as I understood, they got like an algorithm that allows new users to be discovered relatively easily. Because when you join in, you will get relatively decent amount of people following you, watching your videos. So it's much easier to start off. It's not like YouTube, where it's like, even if you make like an amazing video, no one is going to see it. No one. It will take ages without proper support or paying for advertisement or something like that.
Yeah, you like have to advertisement
to get started.
To the link.
Usually the way I think you get started on YouTube is you know another YouTuber.
And he posts some references.
And they
yeah.
post a reference. And then when you're like starting to get bigger, then you make just like just things with other YouTubers together to spread even more people around. It's like perfect nepotism system, right? It's like even worse than the job system in capitalism already is YouTube. So I teleported away from the miner, even though I had all the resources with me. Yes, so yeah, those are kind of problems. But I do have to say, I do not know a solution for this. I think TikTok is definitely closer to the solution than YouTube, but there's still ways to abuse that, right? And I'm not sure if there is any great solution, let's call it like that, to have content discovery in a nice way. The only thing that I could imagine is having like democratically electing community leaders that review new content and give it like a 1 to 5 stars, and people can then see 1 to 5 star new content. It's also to a certain degree problematic. Maybe they could just like, instead of just feed 1 to 3 stars, they just decide to feature certain new people because they got good content. But it's always still like needs a lot of control and stuff to not result in a lot of nepotism again. Twitch is also absolutely horrible with that. Twitch is worse than YouTube, to be honest. Twitch is way worse than YouTube in my opinion. Because on YouTube you put some... how would I say it? You put tags, some keywords, and you search for the keywords and you find something. On Twitch, I tried to find like people playing modded, and it wasn't impossible to find that reasonably. On Twitch, basically the only way is to check the most watched channels at the moment in Minecraft and see if any of them is doing modded, and that again is like benefiting the status quo the best always.
Yeah.
So content discovery on Twitch is absolutely horrible. And then it's again, how do you get discovered? Someone big is raiding you, and how someone big raids you? It's because you're playing on the similar time than them, and you're a buddy, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Like even nothing against Direwolf, Wild, and Sorin, but they just raid each other always, basically. Just like, let's maintain the status quo.
Yeah.
There's a lot of vanilla. Most people are just playing vanilla. There's a bunch of Bedrock, but really most is just vanilla. So not a big difference between Bedrock or Java vanilla. I guess it makes sense to have more Bedrock vanilla, because that's just a bigger version. More people playing it. Especially also because of the mobile edition, which I would say doesn't count. But even the console editions are, as far as I know, more played than the Java version. Or at least more
It does even run on consoles. I'm impressed. It does even run on consoles?
Oh yeah, basically all consoles have Minecraft.
They must have decent GPUs, right?
Hey, there's no modded, and there are no shaders nor texture packs.
Yeah, but like vanilla Minecraft with like 20 zombies and your 200 FPS becomes 10.
Yeah. Yeah, even on the Switch. And they do some... That's one of the only things which is a little bit better is FPS, and as far as I know. They stop rendering things when they're far enough away. I think, as far as I know. That should not be a problem, the def here. Because I calculated, and it should pass the colony on the way. It should go straight down, and relatively soon, if you ask me. No, you can see here. It's still quite a while down here. Will take a little bit yet. So you got now a bunch of things that should give you a little bit of time, and I can check, but just to teleport probably. Death Colony, check on our builder again. Oh, I think he almost finished here. The smeltery. I think he's on his last trip to get some torches. But at least we got finally the miner working. I'm glad about that. And thanks a lot for hosting us, Senor Nugget. And thanks a lot for the raid as well. Highly appreciated. And that's why the viewer count went up a little bit again. Welcome Valentino Arau to the stream. Hello there. Y sí, está en inglés. And welcome Elvu Baras Nublado as well. Hello there. Hola. Hola, hermanos. Okay. He's still finishing the upper area here. Chum, chum, chum. And then he will place the
builders are slow today.
What is slow?
Our builders are slow today.
Yes.
Yesterday they finished so much. No.
It's because they were mining a lot of things. Although the other one... What is the other one working on, by the way?
One is on the citizen hut. I'm going to...
I can restart already
place
the
her
next... He's almost finished. He's only... Okay, he's placing the torches and the ward roots. He's lighting up the area. I'd know if I hadn't broken the tape. Indeed, but it was just so satisfying. Okay, so now...
I do that always as well.
But did you see? The tape is working. Did you see?
Yeah.
The tape is working. Bernard, he already gets the next task for us to finish tomorrow. So here we go. We had 975 followers now. We're reaching close to the 1000 slowly.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice, yes.
Soon we are very popular. Hey.
So, Bernard started lumberjack level 3. I was hoping you'd do the smelter next. Okay, okay. We do that next episode. But that should be then quickly. Next episode we should be able to get him to finish the lumberjack, and we should get him to finish the smeltery level 2. We want the smeltery to level 3.
Upgrades are always quick.
Yeah, those are quick. Yeah, the amount of viewers is at the moment not so high since we are back with a longer break, I guess. I guess we had a lot of people that are like Minecolonies fans and just signed up for for Twitch to follow us here. I also believe that is. But yes, we do need more active viewers as well. So we're making some progress here. The server is now shutting down, so we can already say a good night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in today. It's also work day. Yes, thanks for tuning in today. And thanks for engaging the chat with that. Today it was very lively, which was very nice. Good night, everyone. Thanks, Sam, for being with here as well.
Yeah, sure.
If you want to support our project, you can become a Patreon and get access to this awesome little server. We also always appreciate subscribers. So, hope you're going to support us, since that is the only way we're generating income, basically. So, thanks for tuning in again. Don't forget to hit the follow button at least, that one is free. Good night, everyone. Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye.
Good night.